Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Cam here from the Tech Lecture. Today we are going to be taking a look at installing Active Directory within our Windows Server 2008 machine. This is Windows Server 2008 R2 by the way, and this is running in VirtualBox. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is you need to go ahead and log into your Windows Server 2008 machine, go ahead and get that installed, get everything set up for that. This is a default Windows 2008 server install, except for the additions of Chrome and Sublime Text. Alright, so first thing, with 2008, we're going to go ahead and click on Start, type in Run, and open up Run. Alright, now that we are within the Run dialog box, we're going to type in dcpromo.exe. Alright, so that is going to go ahead and check to see if our Active Directory binaries are installed. If it's not, it's going to go ahead and install them, as well as open the Active Directory Domain Services Installation Wizard upon completion. Another thing for this video that you guys should know is I'm going to go ahead and let this run in real time. I'm not going to speed this up any, that way you can see how long it's going to take to get Active Directory installed, and you can kind of follow along with me. This particular Active Directory machine running in VirtualBox has 2 gigs of RAM, so nothing special. This is 64-bit Windows as well. Nothing special with this machine. Video memories at 128 megabytes. It's a 50 gig VDI. And it's about all you really need to know as far as that goes. So it's nothing special, pretty standard machine, even less than standard. Alright, so we have our installation wizard. It's up here now. So we're going to go ahead and, a lot of this stuff's going to be defaults. So we're going to go ahead and click next through these. We are going to create a new domain and a new forest. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and call it Tech Lecture. We'll call it techlecture.com. Alright, so this is going to check to see if that forest is in use already. If it's not, it's going to go ahead and create a forest and allow us to finish configuration of it. Alright, so this forest function level right here, so this is a 2008 machine. Let's say that we want to add a Windows 2003 server as another domain controller as a secondary, or a just another domain controller on our network. Then we'd want to set our function level to 2003. If we set it to 2008 and we do want to run a 2003 machine, it will not allow us to. So you can also choose, between 2008 and 2008 R2. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it 2008. That way I don't have to have a 2008 R2 machine as well. So let's go ahead and make it 2008 for our purposes. Same thing. This is going to go ahead and check DNS configurations and make sure everything's good to go with that, and help us finish some of these setup. Alright, so we are going to want to go ahead and select this as well. This is going to run DNS on this particular domain controller. We're not going to have a secondary DNS. So for this, if you are going to run this in production, this domain controller, you are going to want to statically assign an IP address to your physical network adapter. In our particular case for this lab, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and tell it that it will be statically assigned an IP address by the DHCP server, or assigned a specific IP address by the DHCP server. Listen, I'll go ahead and talk to you guys for a second. If you guys have any recommendations for future videos, or if you have any types of tutorials you guys are wanting to see, something you guys would find helpful, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can come up with something for that as well. But for this, I'm thinking I'll probably run through a like a Windows Server playlist, so to speak, and we'll have multiple videos, some of them containing how-tos on Active Directory. We could do IIS setup as well, DNS configurations with A records and stuff like that. But if you guys have anything specific you want to see, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and then I'll see what I can do about that as well. Alright, let's see. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue with that. We're going to use the defaults for all these. We don't really have any need to change these. You can store these on a separate volume if you'd like to, or on a separate hard disk if you want. In our case, we're not going to need to do that, so we're going to go ahead and continue through these. So now here we're choosing our password. We're going to want to choose a very strong password, something with as many characters and symbols as possible in it. In this case, this is just a lab, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I might have kicked cap locks on. I guess I did not. So basically, all this right here this contains the answers to the questions that the installation asked you. So what you can do is you can export these settings if you would like, and it will create an answers file. Basically what that means is next time you want to install Active Directory, if you're looking to install it the exact same way as this one, then you can take and import that answers files into the installer, and it will know exactly every setting that you chose during this installation. So it's for automated setups. In our case, we're not going to need to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. Alright, so this is going to go ahead and check through DNS installation. Go ahead and get that installed for us and put some configuration in place. We don't need to worry about any of this. It's going to go ahead and do this for us. And this will probably take a few minutes, or at least a minute and a half, I would say. Alright, so here we go. Our Active Directory Domain Services Installation Wizard has completed, and we can go ahead and click Finish. We're going to go ahead and restart now. That's going to restart our machine, and go ahead and make sure whenever it comes back up that all the configuration for logging onto the domain is going to be put into place, and make sure everything's good to go with that. And here in a second you'll be able to see we're going to be able to log in as our administrator account onto the domain. Alright, so we're applying some computer settings now, and we should be up and running here in just a second. Something else to note: if you guys are making your own lab within VirtualBox for testing different things out and learning some new technologies, I would recommend that you would use snapshots within VirtualBox. Snapshot is basically a copy of the exact machine state that your virtual machine is currently in. That allows you, to do experiments and tests, and if you screw things up, you can revert to that snapshot, and it's right back the way you had it originally. I'm making use of that with this, with this tutorial series. If you guys would like a tutorial on how to do that, I can definitely do that for you guys. You just gotta let me know. Alright, so now this is up, we're going to go ahead and use our keyboard and send our Control-Alt-Delete. And as you can see right here, we are on the Tech Lecture domain that we just created now. So now we're going to be logging in as our administrator account. Let's go ahead and type in our password here. And let us log in. Alright. Alright, so now we are logged in as our administrator account, running on our domain. So, let's see here, let this load up real quick. So as you can see within our server manager, we have DNS server and Active Directory domain services installed on this machine. So let's go ahead and close that. Now I'll show you where users and computers. So if we search for, if we type user within the start menu, there's Active Directory users and computers. Personally, I find this to be the fastest way to find it. And we can go ahead and hit enter on that. Open this up. And you can see right here, we are on the techlecture.com domain, and our user administrator is right here. I'll probably have another tutorial or so on how to create a user within Active Directory, as well as how to add different groups within Active Directory and change permissions on different users and different things like that. We might even do a replication video to where we have multiple domain controllers on the same network. Well, so we can have redundancy. So I'm not sure exactly where this tutorial series is going to go, but it's definitely going to have some good quality content, hopefully, and hopefully you guys will learn something from it. So if you guys have any comments or recommendations for anything, let me know in the comments below, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.